there are things that must be done. There are things that must be done to make sure that we prepare ourselves for Oduduwa Nation, Biafra Nation. And our kings are vital. They are extremely vital in that task. I mean, I can't even quantify to you how vital they are. One thing I do know is that it is something that we must continue to put out there to make people know, right, the kings, they are part and parcel of who we are, and we must embrace our tradition. That's part of who we are. One of the things that they've tried to do is to make us actually not have any history. That's why they don't teach history in schools. That is why they don't want you to know who you are, because they know that the minute you know who you are, you're going to start asking questions. No, that's not right. Why is that? No, I can't. They don't want you to ask questions. They don't want you to know what the tradition is. They just want you to accept what they've said to you. And that is the key. We must arm our youths with this history. And like I said, our kings now, one of the first things that we must do when we get Oduduwa Nation and Biafra Nation, is to make sure that people understand that you don't play. There is no room. We're not going to entertain. We will not entertain anybody messing with our tradition. We will not entertain anybody messing with our tradition, because that is the lifeblood. It's our lifeline to our existence. It tells us who we are. It's, yeah, I know. Exactly. We have to set up, thank you, Biafra. Yoruba should forget about Amotekun and form security network like ESN, because Amotekun is political correctness security outfit. Thank you. I definitely, I agree with you. Now, the one thing I will say, I will give the governor, Akeredolu, I will give him credit on one front. He's now said, and other governors hopefully will follow. He's now said that, what did he say again? 1 second, I'm just trying to check. So what did he say? He said, what will happen from here on is that every Fulani herdsman will have to register. All of the cattle herders will have to register. It's a good development, but again, it still requires that he what's the word? He has the manpower to, as a chief security officer, to implement that. So there is still an issue for me. He can give as much directives as he wants. And all the governors, this applies to all the governors, they can give all the directives, but they need to have the system in place that would allow them to actually ensure that is carried out. Now, hopefully it's there. I'm not going to rubbish everything is said. I cannot say that. It's a good effort, but this is gone beyond the fact that he's having to even state that they have to register every cattle farmer, cattle rearer, herder in the state. That is something that should already be automatic. But those in power knew what they were doing. Yesterday, you will see that I showed a video. In that video, there were Fulani herdsmen. They weren't walking on their feet. They were on 7 trailers. Cows, weapons, women, children. They were on 7 trailers. 7 trailers. They went to a place called Okeogun. A2, I think it's called. A2, I think, or A2 or something. O2. Yes, they went to a place called O2 in Okeogun. And they were there. And luckily, the people, fair to Amotekun, they came out, they tried to shepherd them along. The problem is that, fine, you're moving them from one village to the next. Who else is going to be, what next village are they going to go and stay? And once they come off and they melt into the society, we don't know what happens. We're hearing that a few days ago, they killed an entire village. An entire village was wiped out. Now, when you kill an entire village, you kill them off. That land becomes empty. We should have, why is it that the state police and the army, the state police should have records of this? They should know who's in the village. They should know of, there should be contacts in every village, every area of Oyo State, of each of the states. So if something goes wrong, they are the first to know. Now we are having to listen to somebody happenstance coming up with reports about that. But as of yet, no confirmation from the state. In any part of the UK, if something goes wrong, they have a protocol, something called protocol. So when an incident happens in an area, depending on how significant that incident is, it will go up the scale of command. They have a scale of command. So if it's something that happened quite locally and it's not well known, it would be handled by the ward or maybe the local government in that area. If it's something that is having a national implication, then they move it up the scale. So it can be the mayor, if it's even something that is like interstate, then they move it up to, then the minister, that kind of thing. But it is noted. We don't have that. Everyone should have access to weapons. Exactly, Samuel Idowu. So now the kings of the kingdoms, they must have a say, because if you're a king, it means that you're responsible for a kingdom. They must have a say. I'm not saying they're controlling things. They must have a very important say in what happens in the kingdom, from security to any other matters. For example, the Queen of England. The Prime Minister goes to sit with her. Now, she doesn't make the decisions, but she gives her assent to decisions made. Now, she can also influence it, although that is not spoken about. That's what that's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying the king will be completely 100% in control, but it is important for the psyche of the people to know that in their kingdom, the king's word matters. It really emboldens the people, and it makes them feel a sense of community about their kingdom, that there is somebody watching over them. How many people have been killed in various Yoruba kingdoms, and no king shows up? No king goes to that place to say, my people, I am your king. I condole with you. This should not happen. By bringing pressure on the powers that be, that in my kingdom, I won't allow this to happen. You don't have to even say anything. Just coming there alone. It makes those in government sit up, take the action they need to do. This is why we need an independent royal kingdoms that are going to be quite apart. They will have a role in our constitution. As it stands now, our kings have no role in the constitution of Nigeria. They don't. In Oduduwa Nation, they will have a role. In Ghana, the kings are written into the constitution of Ghana. And Ghana is only, 20 million? So are you telling me that we don't deserve to have the same thing? That's why we are going for Oduduwa Nation. That's why. This is why we're talking about Oduduwa Nation. And going back to what I was saying again, the seriki, he's now making claims that the boys of Chief Sunday Igboho, they burned down his house. There is no evidence of that. There is no evidence of that. If they have the evidence, let us see it. Because Chief Sunday Igboho told them to me when he didn't sit in there, he went. He didn't stay there. So this is an attempt again. We need to completely, the fact, the state governor should actually be speaking up for Chief Sunday Igboho. And if you're going to talk about that, there's two Fulanis killed in the seriki land. How about the many Yoruba people that have been killed? Nameless ones. How about Fataya Oborede? How about the woman, the petrol woman? How about so many people have been killed? But now the seriki is talking, Now the seriki said, 2 people of his own people have been killed. So our lives, yet again, can you see? Let me see if I can get this thing out to you. I don't want to just talk it alone. 1 second, I'll get you the information. I'm going to see if I can pull it out and I'll show you what I mean. 1 second, please. Because I don't believe in just talking alone. We need to be very, very analytical about this. And this is proof of why we are going for Oduduwa Nation, whether they like it or not. It is as simple as that. Let's see. Let me put it here. So I'm going to seriki. Names. blames Igboho and Chief Sunday Igboho. I'm going to try and for the death of let me see, 1 second please, 2 of his men. So let me just bring that up and I'll show you in a minute. And this is the double standard I'm talking about. Let me see. Let me see. I'm trying to find this one for you now, if I can. I had it just now. So the seriki is basically saying, oh, they've killed 2 of us. They killed 2 Chief Sunday Igboho's men. There is no evidence of that. We need to state that absolutely clear, and we shouldn't accept it. 7. In fact, he said 7. I'm going to put it. Yeah, good. Let me get it to you now. 1 second, please. Give me a minute. I'm just trying to move a few things around, and you will see it come up in the screen soon, shortly. Let me put it here, and then you will see it come up. Then I can then go into that with you. And this is evidence. It is yet more evident. We cannot be in a nation where we cannot be part. We're not in a nation. We're not part of that nation if our lives as Yorubas don't matter. If the lives of the of the Fulanis keep being put ahead of that of Yorubas and Igbos. And here's what I mean. Here is a perfect example of what I mean. And I'm going to read that to you. Let's go into it now. 1 second, please. Let me go and read that to you. Okay. So I will pick it up and you will see something come up. And then we'll go and look at it in detail to see exactly what that means. So it said 7 arrested. Okay. Now I'm going to read this. It's from Sahara Reporters. Copy links. Now let's go to this one. Beg your pardon. I'm doing a lot of, jumping between things, but it's better to do that than to leave it. Not this one, sorry. 1 second. Is that it? Which one am I looking at? Okay, I think it's this one. I'll put it here anyway. So, paste. Okay. Is that it? No. Okay, sorry, 1 minute. I don't know where it's gone. Here we are. So now you will see it come up now. Beg your pardon. So I'm going to read through that with you. So now, when we do that, is it going to let me do it? Just give me a minute, please. Sometimes you have to do some things to it, and it does take some time. I'll be back in a minute. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just I want to read it with you so you can see it yourself. That's what I'm trying to do. So hopefully, just give me a minute. Now, I want to read it because this is why we're justified for going for Oduduwa Nation and Biafra. Our lives don't matter to these people. Our lives really don't matter. We are not considered to be worthy to have our lives discussed or valued. So let's go and read it now. Now, you see all that. It says here, how Seriki Fulani's son helped arrest Fulani herders, evade justice. Residents of Igogon and Narita. Oh, sorry. Did I put that down? Oh, sorry. No, that's the other story that we've had before. This is the one I'm looking for. Right, okay. Now, let's go. So it says here, the Seriki now says, 7 of my people were killed. Let me go into that 1 second, and then we can read it. I hope you can see it now on the screen. I think you can. So 7 of my people were killed. Seriki Fulani accused Son Igboho of leading Oyo attack. So then it says, the Saliu Abdulkader Seriki Fulani Igogon of Igogon has accused Sunday Adeyemo, a youth leader better known as Sunday Igboho, of leading the attack, which resulted in the destruction of his properties in the area. Made headlines and he issued a quick notice to Fulanis. However, I'm trying to read the bit here. I was not up to 40 minutes when my children ran to meet on some groups and led by Igbo coming towards us. We observed our age players trooping to my house, burning our houses, shooting guns, burning our cars, killing our animals. My children had to rescue me from the village. My 11 vehicles belonging to my children and some other belongings were burned to ashes. 7 of my people were killed. The corpses of 2 of them have not been found. So I just want to home in on that. Yeah. So the seriki, yeah, they are Fulani terrorists. They are Fulani terrorists. We should be labeling them hashtag Fulani terrorists. That's what we should be doing. Just put out, we should be calling them Fulani terrorists. And in fact, I'm going to put it down now. Fulani terrorists. That's what they are. You know, they are Fulani terrorists. So what I'm saying right here is you can now see they've killed hundreds of Yoruba people, and it's happening daily in Yoruba land. Hundreds. That's going unreported. But now the seriki, oh, they killed 7 of my people. 2 bodies have not been recovered. How many of the bodies that the Fulani terrorists have killed have been recovered or discovered? How many? How many? How many? How many? So these are Fulani terrorists. But you see, the way they portray their story, oh, they've been attacked. But they are the ones coming into our land and attacking us. Let's be very, very clear about that. They're the ones coming into our land and attacking us. And I'll give you such example again, just to refresh the memory of some who might not remember what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can find it. I can find that one. 1 minute, please, if I can find it. If it will come up. No, not that one. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to drop this over there. I know I'm doing a lot of flying around a bit, but sometimes you need to do this. So where are you? Okay. So now, where are you as well? Okay. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to show you now, you will see something come up just now in a couple of clicks. Where am I now? Okay. Can I use, I think I better use a different one because it gets too much in one place. So let's see, can I get in there? I'll leave that there and I'll bring one up. 1 second, please. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to bring that up here and I'll bring in this one. What's that one called? I'll just show you. I just want to just show you. Right, there we go. Now, the seriki wants you to believe that they are harmless people. That's what they want you to believe. That's the image they want to create. They want to create a image of harmless people. And I will keep showing this again. I showed it yesterday, but I'm going to show it again. And we're justified in showing that. Let me see if I can just bring it up somewhere here. Let me put it up here. Let me put it up there. Now. No, is that the one? Sorry, I got the wrong one. Okay. 1 second, please. Oh, sorry. Do bear with me. Sometimes you're trying to get things done. I've put it on the wrong side, but it's okay. Okay, now here we are. This is the one I was looking for. Now I found the right one. I just wouldn't pick it up. Oh man, my phone is playing about. Okay, sorry, beg your pardon. It will come back. Sometimes it can be just a bit funny. It's just my screen gone. Hopefully it'll be back soon. A couple of clicks. If it doesn't come back. 1 second. Come back again. Maybe you'll come back. So, but anyway, what I'm trying to do, basically, I wanted to show you something whereby they had a picture of this. Sorry, beg your pardon. I think I've lost the whole thing right now. Okay, now the screen's gone blank, and I will come back. Hopefully, it will come back. And I'm trying to reload everything because it just seems to have just frozen somewhat. Okay. Man. Okay. Right. Okay. I'm gonna play you that one so you can see it. What's going on? Let's play that one whilst I'm get my camera back. So let's go and reload it. So at least I don't keep you waiting. I don't want to keep you waiting, my audience, and I do want to make sure. Thank you very much for understanding and staying with us through this podcast. Now I'm gonna show you. Just see. So now this is in O2, and that's 7. You see? Now, see that guy there? That is in Yoruba land, though. That is with his knife in his hand. That's with his knife in his hand. And what that means is that basically he can do as he wants. Now, as a Yoruba man, you're not allowed to carry anything. They are allowed to carry weapons, but they can hurt us in our land. We need to have the right to defend ourselves. What are the kings saying? Why isn't our kings talking about that? That's what I'm talking about. So, and if they don't, that's justification for us to know that we must defend ourselves. We must defend ourselves. I'm trying to get this back. I don't know what's quite gone wrong, but I'll see if I can. Here we go. I think I've got it. So you must be able to, to defend yourself in your own land. And the Fulanis can get anything, do anything, get government support, and nothing happens. And this is where we must defend ourselves. If the kings and the governors are refusing to protect the citizens, then the citizens have the right. You have the right to life under Section 39, I believe it is, of the Nigerian Constitution. If I can't remember, let me just check quickly. You have the right to life. So I'll play that a little bit more so you can see what I mean. I'll play that again. I played yesterday, but I'm going to play it. It's to make a point here. Your life doesn't matter. The seriki talking about the fact that, they have attacked, he's been attacked. It's, you see, the man is saying it's getting worse. Look, that's trailers, see? You see? They've got weapons, everything in there. So we are justified. We shouldn't wait. We should not be waiting for anybody. This is a kind of a message that we should be sending to every youth and say, look, wake up. Your community is there. It could be your community next. You come out and defend your land, defend your people. You come out and speak up against this injustice. You do not stand silently in the corner. So I'll let that go for a minute. I'm going to. See? Yeah, so it's asking us to share it so that people can see, the whole world can see what's going on. So I mean, these are the kind of things that we're saying. I'm sorry, my camera, the screen is going off at the minute. I'm trying to get it back. I'm doing everything I can to get the picture back, get my face back, but I can't see it at the minute. But you can hear my voice, so I'm still here. It's just that I don't know what's going on here. So he's saying everything, wherever they are, we come back. They must go back to where they came from. So now I'll stop it there. You can see there's crowds going. You can see all of that. Now the question is this: at what point are we going to realize that this is a danger for all of us? If the Obas are not going to speak up for us, the governors are not going to speak up for us. They're not going to arm us to protect ourselves, though they are the state governors of the state that we are from as Yorubas. Then that responsibility falls on us. And like I said, we have a right to life. The Governor Seyi Makinde, is very quick to talk about the right of the Fulanis to be able to live anywhere in Nigeria, in so-called Nigeria. But he's refusing to talk about the fact that the people of his state, for whom he has direct responsibility, should have their life protected. The Fulani, they are not from Oyo State. They are from a different state. His first responsibility is for the people of Oyo to protect them. All Yorubas in Oyo should by right be protected. But Governor Seyi Makinde is keen to protect the rights of the Fulanis that has come into our place, and recognizing the right to life of the Fulani man, Fulani terrorists, more than that of the Yoruba man. That's a real shame. That is the real shame. And that is why we are calling out and we're speaking up, and we will not be silent. We will not be silent. We will not be silent. We cannot be silent in the face of this injustice. We have to speak up. See something, say something. See something, say something. We're not going to, this cannot be pushed under a carpet. We mustn't allow it to be pushed under a carpet. So what I'm basically going to do here is to continue to reiterate this. I was going to show you one more video. And this video is very, very important because it actually shows many people will not know the fact that I will reveal. So hopefully, if I'm able to get this back on screen, I can't seem to get my face back. I don't know what's going on. It's just not gonna, it's just refusing to come. So, what I'm about to show you, if it works, if this works, hopefully, if it works, is an extension of what is going on. And it actually speaks to a lot deeper issues that we're facing. But before I leave this subject, and I'm not leaving it, I will never leave it. I will come back again and again and again and again and again and again and again. I will keep every one of us. I urge every social media warriors like myself, people who are speaking truth to power, who are exposing the lies of the failed governance, who are going for Oduduwa Nation. We need to speak up. Let those who are going to protect the people get on with the work. Our job is to make sure we expose crimes. Like I did yesterday, the raping of women, the killing of our farmers, the destruction of our farms. Also, speaking of that, why is it that the Obas are not standing up for our farmers? Why are the Obas not standing up for our farmers? Why is it that every farmer that has been attacked, I am yet to hear from a king that has gone to that farm? The farm in each of the states, every time a farm is attacked by the Fulanis, to put efforts, Poboski Hall. Yeah, it's a long read, but I agree with you. So now one of the things what I'm trying to do, sorry about this, the camera is not coming back, and I'm going to try and get it back somehow. I'm walking frantically behind the scenes. Sometimes you see a duck, and it's a duck, D-U-C-K, and you see it on the water, and it's going, but behind, and you think, oh, that looks nice, but the feet is frantically going under the water, like trying, and that's what's happening right now. So I might appear calm, but believe you me, I am nothing of the sort. I am desperately trying to get that picture back so that you can see me, so that I can, because I know that is engaging in itself, and we can have a discussion. But like I said, so why are they in all of the states? I've noticed that, correct me if I'm wrong, have they gone? It's not good enough that the kings just say, oh, stop destroying the farms. They need to be visible. Our kings are not visible. And the sad thing is that here we have a seriki. He has 3 checkpoints in a land that is not his own. He has 3 checkpoints. He has a police cell in his palace. He has one of his palaces bigger than those of the Yoruba kings in and around that area. You know? And yet, our own king, when our farmers, I don't know, I'm still yet to hear from the Olo Alaafin of Oyo or Ooni of Ife about Fatai Aborode that was killed. The man that left Germany went back home to create jobs, hundreds of jobs for Yoruba people or your people. The Fulani under the seriki killed him. Yet, they destroyed his farm and he went to complain. Where is the compensation for this farm? Where is the compensation for this loss of life? Where is the punitive damage that has been where the government should put a fine on that seriki right there. In fact, what they did, this is the inaction of the government is why Chief Sunday Igboho was saying, leave our land, because they're killing us and nothing is done. That proves that our Obas are not doing anything. If you are a king of a kingdom, then you are responsible for everybody in that kingdom. You can't pick and choose. You can't say today, no. You speak. You are their voice. If something goes wrong to one person in your kingdom, you call. You don't go to anybody. You call the governor to your office. You call the minister for security to your palace. They sit down and they give you a guarantee promise that as long as you are the head of this kingdom as the king, what you want them to do is what they will do. In many instances, we all know that that's not the case. And that's the problem. That's why we're justified in going for Oduduwa Nation. Yes, nowadays it's a politician they made themselves as kings. Exactly. So this is all a lie. There is no way the likes of Ashiwaju and others should put themselves above any of our first-class king. No way. It should never be done. Because every time they're doing that, they are actually abusing our culture. They are putting themselves above our culture. And that is a curse that they don't know the impacts of later on. Nobody should be above the Oduduwa Yoruba people's culture. Nobody. I don't care who you are. I don't care. Our king must observe the culture. They must push and make sure that they continue to put forward that culture in such a way that it's carried on for perpetuity, so that coming generations know that. So how do we explain the culture when the Ashiwaju says, "Oh, I am richer than all of the kings," and it says that in the palace of a king? Is that not a disrespect to the culture, not to the king himself? This is to the culture of Yoruba people. This is directly an abuse, a desecration of the Yoruba culture itself. These are facts. Because if you do not put your culture first and respect it, how else would you expect the Fulanis to know, these guys, they're not going to mess with us. They're not going to let it happen. We have to be careful. As it stands now, they pick who they want to use to destabilize our culture. They are coming. I was telling Simon Ekpa was saying yesterday. He said, look, in Ilorin, the university is selling 10,000 acres of land to some guy called Indimi or something, Adamu Indimi. And that's the backdoor way to use cattle ranching. And they say, we can employ, the state will provide the people the employment. It's a lie. Once you give a 21-year lease to the rich Fulanis coming to buy Yoruba land, do you think you will have access on that area? You won't have access. You will not have access. They will push you out. And these are the things. Yet, I still don't hear these people talking about that. And this is impacting the daily lives of Yoruba people in Yoruba land. And you are telling us that you are Ashiwaju of Lagos. I don't understand how the abuse of our culture is something that you can celebrate. I don't understand it. I don't understand how it is that you can say that you are an Asiwaju. You see, when you say you are an Asiwaju, it means that you are a proud Yoruba man, that it revels in our culture, that will put our culture above your own personal interest. There is nothing in what the Asiwaju is doing now. Nothing. There is nothing that puts Yoruba culture ahead of everything else. In fact, the Asiwaju is putting his ambitions of 2023 above our Yoruba culture. And we still haven't heard from the Asiwaju about what is happening on ground every day. The killings every day, the rapings, the destruction of farms, the killing of our farmers. He's not said anything. And he's not, and the demonstration by the Asiwaju should already, because if it says the Asiwaju of Lagos, in Lagos at least, the man that was killed, the engineer, the Asiwaju should have gone there with the governor, the Asiwaju, and the Oniru, Oba Oniru of that area. Those three should have gone to the family of the man that was killed by the Fulani terrorists. They should have gone there. They should have made to make sure that they would, but they don't do this. And the Asiwaju, that means you lead and you're showing the people that they trust the place in you in making you Asiwaju. And I hear that there's some dubiousness about that, how that Asiwaju title was come about. But that's beside the point. You are in there right now. You are speaking not as yourself. Those titles, people are misunderstanding it. Those titles, you are not speaking as yourself. You're not speaking as whatever your name is, because we now understand that your name is not Tinubu, it's something else. It's an adopted name. You're not speaking as that. When you say you are speaking as a Yoruba man, you speak from the perspective of that role. In that role, your job is to make sure that every Yoruba man that you are the Asiwaju of sees and feels that the fact that you do not mess with their lives. You don't mess with their lives. You take it as your utmost concern that if they take one life under your own leadership as Asiwaju of Lagos, you will go there and you will make sure that you condole and you will make sure that there are things to compensate that life immediately. But that's not what's happening. Instead, thugs are used to encourage to make you fear you. We're not supposed to fear our kings. We're not supposed to fear our leaders. We're supposed to run to them for help. They're supposed to be there, the people we speak to say, right, sir, Baba Egba, wow, and you come to their rescue. Not by giving them 5,000 naira, not by giving them 10,000 naira, by making sure that in all of the areas in which you are the Asiwaju, the governor, you have an ear of the governor. After all, we know the shenanigans between you and the governor. You should have the ear of the governor. In the whole of Lagos State, we must make sure that they have light 24/7. Next, make sure we get on that. So you pointed that if the governor is messing up, you're there to point him in the right direction. You're not just, you see, what you're having now, your role is just a role for people to just say, oh, you are Asiwaju. But you are not really leading Lagos in the right place. You're not. I respectfully, this is not about getting angry. This is about saying what needs to be said. And you notice I'm not using any swear words, Lamidi Amuda, Sogodele, there you go. Let me write that down. Thank you very much, Samuel Idowu. So, Lamidi. So, his name is, let me see that again. Lamidi Amuda, Sogodele. My screen is gone, but you all know who it is. I'll come back later on. I will sort it out. I can't, it's frozen. Sometimes it does that and I have to reset it. And I don't want to leave the broadcast. So, Baba Lamidi Amuda Sogodele, aka Tinubu, aka Tinubu, it's also known as. So, see, many of those people, they have, for forgetting the political side of it, if you have any Yoruba title, it is not an empty title. There are spiritual things that are attached to those titles. But many of you don't bother to research what you are taking on. So when they say, oh, Ashiwa do this and that, this, and you think, oh, the title, that means you can do whatever you want. No. The title comes with responsibility. The title of a king, Oba, comes with responsibility. In the olden days, the Oba would lead the people when there was people coming to attack the kingdom. And then over time, then they had the role of the Are Onokakanfo, you know, who was his right-hand man, is the war general for the whole of Oyo, the Oyo Empire, you know, which is now what Iba Gani Adams has got. So those roles, they are not just names or titles. They come with responsibility. They come with responsibility that successive people appointed in those roles of recent haven't fulfilled. Many of them have not fulfilled that role. And the role is, at this point in time where people are being killed, those kings, their job would be how to work together in the various kingdoms to work together and put a stop to the killings. You know? So, I can't take that call now because it's going to break this broadcast. Oh, no. Biodu, let me see if I can call you direct. If you can, I'll switch my phone on for a few minutes so we can talk. The phone lines are on. Now I can't take that on now. So Biodu, please, I'll call you. I can't take it on here because if I do, it will block it. Let me 1 minute. My brother, no, I can't take it. Oh, sorry. There's a decline. I'm going to decline it. I'm going to just give me. Oh God. Well, sorry about this, guys. I'm trying to. Okay, stop that for now, please. I'll build my brother, and I'll give you a call, and I'll see if I can switch the phone lines on now, and then we can talk. But what I'm saying here, there is one more video I'd like to show you all, but I don't know if I'm able to do it, but I will try. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know. Dore amuda. Dodore, amuda, okay, amuda, dodore, okay. So, thank you, Eshon, Samuel Edo, Eshon. So I hope I got it right. So, let me see if I can bring my brother Alonge on because I think he wanted to call me. Let me see if I can get his number. Let me just call him on. Let me call him if he can pick up. If he's able to pick up, he might be able to pick up because I know he was calling me. My screen is still frozen, so do bear with me, please. It might come back, might not. It's just gone, but we will do this discussion. Now, what I'm saying in all of this is that before we go, please, there's enough talking. We're doing some things. Hold on. Let me see. Hello, boss. How you doing? Hello, boss. You can hear me?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome on board.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, join us. Yeah, sorry.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sorry. Do you want me shaking so English or speaking so Yoruba?
You can, so you can speak too. You can speak whichever one you choose.
Ekason gbogbo àwọn èèyàn mi o. Ekason nílé lóko. Ekason. Mo mọ program tẹ́ ń ṣe ẹ má bínú o.
No.
Ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo kàn fẹ́ sọ ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà very important.
Ó ṣe pàtàkì.
Ó ṣe pàtàkì, yes. Ẹ jọ ẹni tó bá mọ bí wọ́n ṣe lè get in touch pẹ̀lú Koiki tó wà lẹ́sìn.
Máa bá sọ̀rọ̀, okay.
Ẹ jọ ẹ bá mi pè kẹ́ sọ fún yín pé gbogbo àwọn pictures àti gbogbo àwọn videos tó ń send káàkiri kò nídìí ẹ̀ láti ṣe ń sìn yín o. Because gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ńlé ọgbọ́n ló gbà o. Àwọn Biafra IPOB tó ń ṣe tiwọn ó ní bó ṣe ń ṣe ẹ̀ o kó ṣọ́ra ẹ̀ o wọ́n ní ojúra alákòóso ṣọ́rí o. Gbogbo nǹkan tá a bá ń ṣe ní ilé kọ́ ni kó máa ṣú ẹ̀ lórí platform o. Because gbogbo ipò kíní ẹ̀ ti lọ ní káàkiri gbogbo ilé wọn dẹ̀ ń sọ àwọn tó mọ̀ wọ́n sọ fún yín pé kó ṣọ́ra ẹ̀ kó ṣọ́ra ẹ̀ gbogbo Odùduwà ká fẹ́ gbà yìí Ọlọ́run á fún wa ṣe àti gbé ẹsẹ̀ tó yẹ ká ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ ká ṣe ẹ jọ àwọn tó bá mọ̀ dáadáa kàn pé èmi ti tọ́ láti pè bẹ́ẹ̀ kò gbé fóònù mi ẹ jọ so ètò tẹ́ ń bá lọ ní ipa Odùduwà gbogbo ẹ̀ náà làwa náà ń gbọ́ eléyìí tí a mọ̀ pé Ọlọ́run máa fún wa ṣe á fún wa ṣe èyí tá a bá dẹ̀ máa fọwọ́ sínú ẹ̀ tá a mọ̀ pé a máa ṣe àti ẹ̀ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀ náà àti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò yẹn a dẹ̀ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ Odùduwà a mọ̀ pé díẹ̀ ní agbára Ọlọ́run bá a ṣe ṣe lẹ́nu pé ká gba àdúrà sọ́lọ́run ká dẹ̀ túbọ̀ síwájú ká dẹ̀ ja ìjà yẹn Sunday Igboho ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀ but òun gan náà fúnra ẹ̀ náà Ìgbòho náà kóun náà ṣọ́ra ẹ̀ fúnra ara tiẹ̀ gangan bó ṣe wà yẹn tó bá fún ní obìnrin kó má gbà á o ṣó ti yé ń sìn ṣáà rántí story Samson lọ́jọ́ yẹn bó ṣe fún ní gbogbo àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ kóun náà ṣọ́ra ẹ̀ kíní yìí gbogbo ọ̀nà ló máa fi gbà tí wọn ò fi ní jẹ́ kó bọ́ sí bẹ̀t kóun náà ṣọ́ra gbogbo àwọn pípù tó ń tagba àwọn tó ń ja ìjà yìí wọ́n jọ kan ṣọ́ra wọn o ojúra lákan fi ń ṣọ́rí o tèmi ò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn lọ o ẹ ṣé o Mr. Citizen AY thank you for the listeners as well thank you so much God, I love you thank you bye bye.
So it's just a message to Yomi Koiki and the Chief Sunday Igboho to just be cautious and aware and all that, which, you know, the message will get to them. But what I'm saying in all of this, and once again, I do apologize that I've lost the picture somewhat, so you can only see what is on screen. But once again, I want to just encourage us all. We should be able to, the people, the kings, those kings, it is evident that they're not close to the people. If you are a king, you should know what is going on in your kingdom. You should know what is happening to people, each and every person. There should be people that your representatives all over the place, so that when something happens, before it even gets into the press, you are aware of it and you take steps to be there as soon as possible. It's not just to be the king on a ceremonial way. What they have done to our kings now is to reduce our kings to ceremonial kings. Then little more. That's what the 1979 Constitution did. They reduced our kings to ceremonial kings. They took away all of their powers and they made them ceremonial. And the 1999 Constitution carried on in the same vein, such that, you know, yeah, exactly. Don't forget. Thank you. So one of the things that we need to bear in mind, the Constitution of Nigeria is actually holding back our kings from being able to do anything. And like I said, the lives of us, the people, including that of the king, if you're a Yoruba man, is worth less than that of, it's always less, will always be under this fraudulent constitution and the Fulani cabals. Our life as Southerners, Igbo or Yoruba, is less than that of a Fulani. Every day you can see the evidence. The Fulani will kill Yoruba people or Igbo people and they will be let go. And that is the problem. Fires will go off. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. Hello. Live. Hello. You're live on Citizen AY. Would you like to say something, please? We're live.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I would just love to. I want to start talking because I had someone just now phoned you.
Yes.
I appreciate what he said.
Yes.
I'm not here to castigate what he said.
Yes.
But I would also love to remind him that Koiki Olayomi is not only in Nigeria.
Exactly.
He's a dual citizen.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's got a dual citizen passport and he's a journalist of repute and is registered with the International Journalist Forum. So he's protected by the human rights.
Yeah.
So he's not a Nigerian who doesn't, who they have to dash human rights to.
Yeah.
So the Nigerian government has to think twice before going for it.
Yeah.
That's what I need to say about that.
Okay.
Now, the bit about the Hobas.
Yeah.
I am not going to make any reference to the Hoba, but I want to assure you, Citizen Haywire, that the Hobas are not fully in support of what you're doing. As much as I want Yoruba Nation, they don't want it.
Yeah.
They don't want Yoruba Nation. It is evident by the statement released by the Hooni of Ife recently.
Yeah, when it talked about
Sunday Igboho desist from taking laws into his hands. That should not have happened. Let me make a very critical example. When the Black Lives Matter protest was going on in London, how would you have felt if the Queen of England, a white woman, has come out to speak bad of that movement and say, "Oh, you guys are causing problem in the UK"? How would you have felt as a black man? Wouldn't you want to start a new protest?
Of course you would.
Now, Ooni of Ife left his own people and is defending the Fulanis after a visit to the CNC. That is Buhari.
That is.
We saw the pictures. So Buhari threatened him. The owners of the cows in Nigeria, Buhari, threatened the Ooni of Ife. And what did he do? He released a press statement warning Sunday Igboho. Why am I going with all this? This is not new to your listeners. What I want to tell you is, take the bull by the horn. Let people start planning how they can stand for themselves.
Exactly.
Other than waiting for the kings. They will never join you in this struggle. I am not laying a curse. It is the reality. So please, don't let us waste our time. We've already established who the enemies are. Don't let us waste our time trying to defend them, coming on the broadcast to talk about the Seriki's press statement. That doesn't hold water anymore. We've already established who the enemies are. How are we going to clamp down on them? That is what we should be doing. You're doing a fantastic job, comrade. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thanks, thanks for calling. Bye. So, so you've heard from the caller there, and wise words. Like I said, for me, when I'm doing all of this, it's about trying to encourage us to take action. We can't just sit there and be watching. And what I'm trying to do is to engage us to know that in the end, the Obas have no powers, and we must rise up collectively and defend our land, defend our women, defend our farmers. Make sure that we stand in groups. Like I said, a lot of killings going on in the villages in particular. You need to have men set up. You have to have your own vigilante group set up in your villages and towns, because nobody's going to come to your rescue as it stands. They're not. Hello, caller. Welcome on board. This is Citizen AY here. What would you like to say?
Ekason. Mr. AY.
Ekason.
Ẹ ṣé ẹ kú ètò tẹ́ ń ṣe gidi. Ẹ ṣeun gan ni. Mo yẹ tó ń kí gbogbo àwọn tó wà lórí platform yìí.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ẹ ṣeun gan.
But ìbéèrè kan wà tí mo fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ẹ bí mi.
Òun ni pé màálù tí wọ́n ń dà káàkiri.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Àtàwọn Fúlàní tó wọ́n ń gbé ìbọn AK-47 káàkiri yẹn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ta ló gbé ìbọn lé wọn lọ́wọ́ àti pé àwọn wo ló ń làwọn màálù yìí?
Ara àwọn Yorùbá náà lọ ní bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Ara àwọn Yorùbá náà, ara àwọn bá wa náà ní àwọn màálù o. Ara wọn.
Ṣe rí pé fúnra wa là ń fọwọ́ ara wa ṣe.
Náà ni mo ń sọ yìí. Ara tá à ń sọ náà yẹn. Ẹ̀rí kí wọ́n ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ pa Àdàmú. Kí wọ́n ní pé kí lórúkọ ọ̀gbẹ́ni yóò pè ní Tinubu sọ pé ní Adamu àwọn pè ní Adamu something Adamu ṣá wọn pè.
Ṣe rí pé tí
Lamidi
ká tó ṣe rí àwọn Fúlàní tá à ń fèsì yìí ó dàbí pé ká kọ́kọ́ fi Fúlàní sílẹ̀.
Òun náà ni
ká kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fèsì ara wa náà.
Òun náà ni mo ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn ọba wa.
Gbogbo wọn kò tilẹ̀ dákẹ́ jẹ́jẹ́ wọn dákẹ́ rọ́rọ́rọ́ lọ.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Kò sẹ́ni kankan tó sọ̀rọ̀ nínú àwọn ọba.
Sọ̀rọ̀ kẹ̀ they can't talk o.
Tó lóun contest fún tó fẹ́ contest fún presidency. Báyìí tó bá wọlé ẹ jẹ́ kí n parọ́ fún yín tọ́jú máa kún gbòòrò gidi. Tọ́jú máa kún gbòòrò gidi.
Wọ́n máa kún gbòòrò ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Wọ́n kò tẹ̀ ń ṣe àwọn ọba wa ń ṣe náà ń jó lọ náà ń ṣe.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ṣé ọ̀dẹ̀ náà pé gbogbo wa ni?
Ẹ wo.
Tí ó bá jẹ́ àwọn tó wà nílùú òyìnbó tí wọ́n ń jà tó ń ṣe nǹkan káàkiri tó ń tú àṣírí síta.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ṣé bá ṣe máa bá a lọ lélẹ̀?
Ẹ wo, ìbéèrè ńlá lẹ béèrè yẹn ó ti sẹ ó lè dá kẹ béèrè ó dá bẹ ṣe béèrè yẹn àmọ́ àwọn tó ń pè lọ́ba ń sìn ẹ wo.
Ṣé bá ṣe
ẹ̀kọ́ ń tọrọ.
Ó ti ìlú òyìnbó tá a wà yìí ó ti sùn ìgbà míì wà ẹ rí nǹkan tó máa ṣe sí wọn ó máa sùn yín.
Táyọ̀ ní sú.
Ẹ wọ́n pé jẹ́ ń padà sílé nígbà tí ẹ bá délé náà nǹkan èmi ò láàárọ̀ ẹni tó bá ti lọ ti lọ.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Nítorí wà ní ẹ ṣeun.
Ẹ ṣe mo dúpẹ́ gan-an mo kí yín o mo yẹ kí gbogbo àwọn tó wà lórí pápámù ọgbọ́n ò ní padà sí kò ní lọ lórí ọlọ́gbọ́n.
Àmì àṣẹ ẹ ṣeun gidi gan. Ẹ jọ kí lórúkọ yín. Ẹ jọ kí lórúkọ yín sà.
Olúmídé olórúkọ mi sà.
Ok ẹ ṣeun gan ni sà.
Ẹ ṣeun sà.
Ọ̀dà sà. Bye. So there's a lot of I have to agree with him. He's absolutely right. The caller, Olumide, my brother, and he said a lot of things. He said our focus is really we need to ask of our own self, our own traditional kings and our politicians before we even talk about Fulanis. What are they doing? Apparently, I mean, one of the things that we established now is that some of the cows are actually owned by our own kings. They own cows, and they, you know, they make no bones about it. They own it and they use it, and they, you know, and they don't have any. They haven't got any problems with it. They seem to think, well, you know, I own cows, and I don't know. I mean, cows is not something that is in our tradition. That's another thing that, you know, owning cows as a king is not part of our tradition. You know, this has to be said. I think we need to say it like it is. Owning cows is not part of our tradition. It's a Fulani thing. So why we've now taken that on to be something to be adopted? I'm just going to quickly touch on this. Oni was saying to Chief Sunday Igboho, who said, told popular Yoruba rights activist Sunday Igboho, well known as Sunday Igboho, to watch out for politicians seeking to hijack his agitations against killers and hardmen in Southwest, not to take laws in his own hands. You know, so that's fine, but he's not taking laws in his own hand. He praised for taking campaign, saying he has done well. He should be back down so that the government cannot take over battles to avoid politicians to hijack government. So, you know, hello, caller. Your name, where you come from? Hello, caller.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome on board. Your name, please, and where you calling from?
I'm calling from Eastbourne.
Okay.
Here in the UK.
Okay.
Just if I had more got see on kutan so like kan so.
Benny.
Sherry wọ́n ní kòkòrò tó ń jẹ́ ẹ̀fọ́.
Ara ẹ̀fọ́ ni o.
Ara ẹ̀fọ́ ló wà.
Benny.
She understand.
Benny.
Sherry, okay. Àti establish pé Fulani ni problem. But it's not pé Fulani, it's not pé wọ́n lágbára tó bẹ́ẹ̀ náà.
Benny.
But bọ́n ti sọ ṣẹ́rí àwọn ọba yẹn. Ṣẹ́rí ẹyí kápákọ̀ fi àwọn olóṣèlú sílẹ̀. Ṣẹ́rí àwọn ọba yẹn tó máa gbé mẹ́rin mẹ́ta nu wọn kó gbé wọn pamọ́. I understand. They are very close to the people. I understand. So I'm a traditional man and I respect tradition. But the truth is, all these obas, they don't even represent the tradition that they claimed they are protecting.
Yeah.
I understand. As a king, the reason why we have a king is for them to protect the tradition of the people. But right now, that state is just fake and it's just for political, you know, reason. So now, then they will know that there's fire on the mountain.
Yes.
Understand? If you are saving life because that with that situation, Sherry, and therefore it's civil war in Nigeria.
No.
It's affordable. It's affordable once our leaders too much support, too much to protect our but without that, everything will go, you know, go south. And to go south, but for us to avoid that, you know, that's my own opinion anyway. Because me any other alternative.
No. Thank you very much. I mean, it's so I think we're gonna So I mean, he was saying that, you know, we need to speak up, we need to confront our kings, and maybe take some even drastic measures to confront this the lack of action to speak up for their people. And it's hard to argue against in some respects. Not that we're saying we're advocating for anything, you know, but the thing is, the people, they don't listen to. Good afternoon, caller. Your name and where you calling from, please?
Hello.
Good afternoon. Hello there. Welcome on board. Citizen Ewa here. What would you like to say? Your name, please? Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, good afternoon. Your name, please.
I just want to make a little contribution to your program.
Go ahead. Thank you.
My name is David.
David, okay. Oh my gosh. My brother, how you doing? Oh, network. Oh. Go ahead. Can you hear me?
I'm good.
Okay, go ahead. Good. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good. Go ahead.
Yeah, like the previous caller has already made.
Yes.
We don't really need to start exercising fear into those people that have volunteered to stick their head for us.
No.
People
at all. No.
Because we need to really give them confidence and support. That is what they need from us. Yes. We don't need to be subjective in most of our questions.
Yeah.
So Nigeria is right.
Benny.
I really need to support
Benny. Our network.
They have really want to rescue us.
Yeah.
Find ourselves.
Indeed.
Need to encourage more people like Koiki to join the struggle, not to be subjective in all our views.
Yeah.
Picture to send. One more risk involved.
Yes.
Nigeria is not working. It's just trying to survive.
Yes.
Everyone needs to support them and rally around them and give them the support they needed.
I agree.
They know that they know the terrain they are working on.
Yeah.
They know the terrain. So we don't really need to start telling them that they should be careful. They should be careful. They are adults. They know they are into the struggle and they must win. Yeah. And we must definitely give them our support. That is what we need.
Yeah.
And we don't need to bring all those that.
No.
So we really need to support them, encourage them, and bring the lives of Koiki on board too.
Benny.
So eléyìí náà sọ yìí ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ tán gbogbo aláwọn ẹbí lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ aláwọn ẹbí ní Nàìjíríà aláwọn àmì ní gbogbo àwọn Western states.
Absolutely.
So I need àwọn èèyàn tó máa wà on board tó ń ṣe pé ká tó máa kó wọn láyà jẹ.
Benny.
Ìjọ la fẹ́ ṣe yẹn dà.
Benny. Well said. I agree. We can't. We need to support them.
Tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ń sìn gbogbo wa ló máa kọ̀.
Yes, indeed. You're absolutely right. We need more. Yes. And
support one.
Benny, at this juncture, I want everybody, whatever you can do to support Koiki and others, and in fact, the whole media team, home and abroad.
That is what we needed. We don't really need to be subjective in most of our view. Take care, àwọn tó mọ Koiki tó fi UK sílẹ̀ tó lọ sí at stake now. They know they are not kids. We don't really need to start sitting them down and start counseling. Let's get the job done.
No, we have to get the job. Absolutely, you're right.
Let them say all this, what is in their mind and what is going on in Nigeria. Let the whole world know.
Yeah, exactly.
And we are aware.
Benny, very good point. Thanks so much for the call, man.
Come on.
Benny.
There is no need. There is no two words about that.
No. I mean, it's there are. I mean, everybody. We all know the terrain. We all know what's going on. Good afternoon, Larry Oba. Yeah. Go ahead. Network is giving me a problem with this. Yeah, I can hardly hear you now. The line is breaking up. Yeah, network. The network is giving us a problem. That network is giving us Sorry, the line is so... Hold on. Caller, hold on. That line is
giving them any counseling. They know what is at stake.
Yes.
And we too
We should support them. No need. And I'm sure it comes from a good place, but right now it's time for us to really work together.
I'm just to just support them and encourage them.
Yes. Thank you so much, David. Well done. Well said. Thank you so much.
You are doing a great job.
Thank you.
My brother.
Thank you. Talk soon. Thank you. Do call again. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye-bye. So the line was a little bit off, but you can hear what he was saying there. Let's encourage them. And that's what we're saying. Oftentimes we just sort of, we listen to what people are saying. And where our job is sometimes not to judge what is being said to us, but to listen to it, and it provokes debates to a certain extent, which is what you've heard now, which is what we're trying to do. Get people to talk about this. Get us to really not sit on the fence about this. We are facing a huge task, a huge threat from the Fulanis. Like I said, they're using all manners of things to try and get our land. From using fraudulent. Where do you hear that a university has land to sell? In that Nigeria, that universities has 10,000 square kilometers to sell. This is nonsense. So, and that's all the way, and they to get the Ruga in by the back door, So, yes, all our Obas are enemies of Yoruba. It's hard to argue against that. That kind of statement, I cannot argue against it. I don't condone abuse, but when we talk about critically the effects of their actions, restate again, all the Obas need to make sure that any of the kings and any of the politicians, they no longer go to them. They have to come to the palace. And like I said, if the seriki can have 3 checkpoints where the police don't go to, where the army don't go to, it's an out of bound area, and he has his own cell because of the fact that the police and the army don't go to where that seriki was in Igogon. He now has his own cell where he can put people and do as he pleases, and nothing will go to him on Yoruba land. These are things that we should address. Hello, caller, your name and where you come from. Hello, Leslie, my brother.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Bounty, and and share. Everyone's okay. That's it. That's it. It's sorrow. Oh yeah.
Níbo ni Mr. Falana wà nígbà tí àwọn Fúlàní fi ń pa àwọn èèyàn wa? Because all this sell out, more reason tó yẹ pé àwa èèyàn dúdú àní tìjú.
I'm going to show you a video. Because it is sad. There's a kind of a self-hate indoctrination that we've gone through that we need to wash out from ourselves, because psychologically we're carrying a baggage that we're not even aware of, because
sure.
And we need to really address things. I'm talking generally now. I would have liked to have had more a balanced view. Okay, if you're going to talk about Sunday Igboho, then we have to talk about the Fulanis as well, so that people we get a balanced view. But it seems to be skewed somewhat generally from those who are within the system towards the Fulanis, in favor of them, and it doesn't talk about our own, the rights of Yorubas and Igbos, and that's the problem here. So it's not about abuse. It's just the sound of it. Like you said, you talked about, that wrong to issue eviction notice. It came up and everybody's listening, but my advice is a traditional ruler he needs to be very careful that the politicians won't hijack the whole motive from him. So it's the same vein of discussion as Oni. But anyway, what are you thinking? Your thoughts? Hello?
Yeah, my thinking, what I want us to come together as one, so that we can overcome all these challenges.
Yes, I agree.
We can overcome all these challenges, because
indeed.
Yeah, because all these people, they are all devil. They are not good. They are not good people.
Yeah.
Just say, for instance, last time they stopped some Fulani. They said that there is a they should call Alafi of Oyo, that there is Alafi of Oyo. So it's horrible.
It is. It's crazy.
It's shameful. Every time they are killing our people, they are slaughtering our people.
Yes.
They are raping our people. And they don't care. The governor, no one cares about.
No.
So it is time we rise up. Anyone with the young one, we can go back home.
Exactly.
So that we face all these people.
And confront them. Yeah, there's more of us than them.
If you
Everybody knows that.
Every time we'll be talking.
Yeah.
All these people, they are devil.
Yes,
and they don't care. They don't care to kill everybody. So we need to go home. Let everybody prepare. Send money there. Let them buy sugarcane wait for you, so that because without revelation, everything, things cannot things will not just change. Even Italy, America, London, Germany, they fought revolution. So we need revolution. We need it.
We do.
That is just my own contribution.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much.
God bless Odua Nation. God bless Biafra Nation.
Amen. I mean, I share. You say, Thank you very much. Thanks, Leslie, my brother. Talk soon. Bye.
Regards to your family.
Okay, you too. Thanks. Bye. So, my brothers and sisters, I've got about 15 minutes before we go. So we got a few minutes to take some more calls. But before we do, whilst we're doing that, I'm going to show you a video. And I want you to think about this. Very, very important video. Shocking. I'm just going to show you a section of the video. It was I stumbled upon it this morning, and it shocked me. It shocked me to the core. And many things about that what we don't know. Sometimes you just think, wow. And it fits into what we're trying to do. It's by, let me see. Let me just give me a minute. It'll come up in a minute. Trying to make it work. Hopefully it will work. Sorry. So it's a video which I recommend that people look at. Try and look at it and get a view. I've got 10 minutes before I go. Oh, come on.
Today, simply relying on your own analysis and competing against the thousands of algo robots out there.
So this is by a Biafran friend, but I want to show you something. I'm going straight to the point where you will see what I'm trying to say. Listen to the words here. I want you to just listen to those words. And it's shocking. So let me ask a question. How many of you, do you know where vaccines are made? Who invented vaccines? Who came up with vaccines?
Introduced.
So how many people, before I play this video, how many people know where the vaccines came from? You know the vaccines. You've had all kinds of vaccines. You've heard about all kinds of vaccines. That's on I've subscribed. I think I've subscribed already to this. A friend, BV Channel 1, Biafra Channel 1. How many people know of where vaccines came from? How many people? How many people? Do you know? So let's go. In fact, what I will do is this. Let me do something on online right now whilst you're there. So look at this now. I want to show you. We need to disabuse our minds. We have to disabuse our minds. Not to cause anger, but just, you will see. Now, you see, the smallpox vaccine was introduced by Edward Jenner in 1796 and was successful to be developed. You see, that's the message. You see? Now, that's a picture of who you see as the person who invented vaccines, right? You can see that. Now, let's go back to this one. And I want you to listen to the words. Listen. I'm sorry that I'm not on the camera, but listen to the words. Listen to these words. Listen. Come on.
Who, in effect, invented vaccination, introduced vaccination to America in 1721.
Can you hear that?
That has to be the biggest.
Hang on, let's go back again. I want to start. Here we go.
Person.
1 second. I want to just get it right. Once again, credit to Baby Channel for the video.
Right.
Here we go.
Consider the fortune of the person who, in effect, invented vaccination, introduced vaccination to America.
Listen.
In 1721.
1721.
That has to be the biggest fortune in the history of medicine, right? The pharmaceutical industry has produced many gigantic fortunes in this country, notably the fortune created by Robert Wood Johnson and his brothers in 1885 when they started the Johnson & Johnson Company, which has produced many products that have saved lives and led to the creation of the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, which has done many good deeds. And that fortune has provided for generation upon generation of some members of the class that used to be known as the idle rich. The person who introduced immunizations in America was born into a caste that was not allowed to profit from his wisdom, from his genius. or even from his labor. He was a slave owned by a minister in Boston.
Did you hear that?
A slave who saved lives in Boston during the smallpox epidemic of 1721 when he described a procedure that he had undergone in Africa before his life was stolen from him on a slave ship. Pulitzer Prize winner Isabel.
Go back again. Let's listen to those words now. Listen.
A slave who saved lives in Boston during the smallpox epidemic of 1721 when he described a procedure that he had undergone in Africa before his life was stolen from him on a slave ship.
So, now, can you see there's a contradiction between what is being shown to you here and what is being said here? This is the fact. What you're hearing from this NBC man is the fact. What is known as vaccines was an African invention. Why am I saying this? We have a negative we have a very low self-esteem and negative view that has been indoctrinated into us. It's up to us to disabuse our mind from that, to wake up. Vaccines wasn't created by this man. They didn't discover it. The slave, an African that was in his own continent, was stolen. And before he was talking about the fact that in his own community, when they had disease like that, they injected something into the skin, into their body, to cure them. Let's listen on. These are things that we need to be aware of. You see, everything you care to name on this planet, it flows from us. It flows from us Africans. Listen on.
Pulitzer Prize winner Isabel Wilkerson tells this story in her new book, Caste: The Origins of Our Discontents.
Grammarly does more than catch errors.
Just give me a minute.
With Grammarly,
I need to skip that. Sorry about that. So, here we go.
Quote, people in West Africa had discovered that they could fend off contagions by inoculating themselves with a specimen of fluid from an infected person. That is the knowledge that slave brought to Boston in 1721, where he saved dozens of lives because of one doctor.
Let's listen again. Let's listen again, in case you missed it.
Slave brought to Boston.
Listen.
From an infected person.
Listen. In fact, I'll pause it.
Undergone in Africa before his life was stolen from him on a slave ship. Pulitzer Prize winner Isabel Wilkerson tells this story in her new book, Caste: The Origins of Our Discontents.
Now, I'll pause it. Let's read that. Let's read what it says here. The people in West Africa discovered that they could fend off contagions by inoculating themselves with a specimen of fluid from an infected person. There is how vaccines were created. We created this. We created the idea of vaccines, but the credit has not been credited to us. Instead, the credit has gone to this person here. What am I saying this? To reclaim our greatness, our ancestors, our key to freedom lies in knowing our history, reconnecting with our ancestors. This story is so powerful. Many people will not know this. I hope you share this broadcast. I'm sorry my face is not on here because I'm actually quiet. When I found this out, and I will recommend you get the book. I've actually ordered the book myself. I'm going to read it because the story is this. West Africans were the ones who invented a inoculation, what is known as vaccines. We are the ones who did that. Never forget that. And all over the world now, when they want to try and do something, mass something, we're doing vaccines. This is our own invention. And this is something that every minister in that contraption, every doctor should look at this information and begin to rapidly research our old ways. Understand this, what is known as vaccines, came from West Africa. It came from West Africa, probably our own area. Who knows? It could be in Yoruba land, it could be in Igbo land. The important thing is it came from West Africa. And where are we? We are in West Africa, and we come from West Africa. Do you see what I mean? Does what I'm saying, type 1 if what I'm saying makes sense to you, please. I'm sorry I can't put my face on. I need to go off in a few minutes, but does that make sense? Does what you see make sense to you? Please, I want to see type 1 because I can't see. You can't. It's like saying, Mungo Park discovered the River Niger. David Livingstone discovered whatever. It's all of this lies. These are the things that we eat up, and that is why you need to treat everybody reading the Bible and the Quran. Please, I'm asking you, do your research. The first Bible ever written anywhere in the world is a place called Ethiopia, a place called Labella. The Bible that you're all carrying around now, they are all versions. They are versions of the original Bible that came from Africa. What am I saying? Quran, the Christianity and the Bible came from Africa. But now, just like these vaccines, it's now been told the way it's presented to us now. Oh, you don't know anything about it. You can't. We have to be the ones providing it. This was an African invention. We don't need their say-so to make sure we can come up with something that will be effective for Africans. The evidence is there. So we are talking about facts now. So before somebody starts saying we are talking about that there's been there from, exactly, they've been there for generations. So before somebody starts saying this is conspiracy theory, this is not conspiracy theory. Vaccines came from Africa. That is something that you need to be aware of, because a lot of our stories is that there's this thing pointing out the inadequacies, so-called perceived inadequacies that we've been told to believe of ourselves. But what is being used in the entire world now, vaccines for smallpox, for COVID-19, it is an African invention. West African, to be precise, invention. West African. These are the kind of information that I like to give to our people. This information I'm giving you is worth billions of dollars more than any money you can ever earn, because it tells you the origin of things, so that you can think. It frees the mind. You see when you get this information here, when you see this, it limits your mind. It tells you, first of all, only white people can do that vaccines. That's what it tells you. It tells you, oh, it is so complicated, black people can do it. But when you get this information, without any of the tubes or anything, we did this in 1796. 21. This was in 1721. Then suddenly in 1885, they suddenly come, oh, we have come with a vaccine to make sure. And it was an African that was enslaved that taught them, that showed them what they did to him. Isn't that powerful? I'm asking you all. Is this not a powerful information? Imagine telling this to a 2-year-old, 3-year-old in Oduduwa Nation, in Biafra, telling him the story. Imagine it. I would like to be involved in doing a film on this story, bringing it to life. We need to bring this story to life. Make it live so that the kids will believe and they see greatness in their reflection. African kids can see great people in their own reflection. That's the problem we face. When you look at films all around, to be great, you have to go to Europe. To be great, you have to go to America. To be great, you have to go to Canada. To be great, you have to go to Israel. To be great, you have to go everywhere but Nigeria. But Africa. Not everywhere but Africa. But now look, the vaccines that they're talking about, the idea of vaccines, the invention of it, is from West Africa. That's a gift from me to you today, for you to know that as an African, as a West African, as a Yoruba man, as an Igbo man, probably this invention came from Yoruba or Igbo. Who knows? It may be. But take in this knowledge. Let it nurture you. Tell your child this knowledge. This confronts and it dispels any rumors. We, right now as we speak, we have the opportunity to now, with this information, we can rapidly get people on ground in Yoruba land, in Igbo land, to look at how we can come up with our own vaccines, because we're the ones who created it in the first place. Now that this is like breaking the glass ceiling to make us know that we can accomplish. We are great people. Africans are great people. Great people. Yeah, you see, there you go. Adauzo, thank you. You see, thank you. Look, great. This is fantastic. This is a great. I'm going to pin the message there. Look, I'm pinning Adauzo's message here. So she says, I was a young girl during the Nigerian genocidal war. My grandparent people, Biafra scientists matched for everything we used during the war, including weapons, bullets, armored cars. We refined our own petroleum. Nigeria killed more of these ideas because envy and hatred. Go to Igbo land and you see many people in unity. You will marvel. A Fulani draws backwards. Absolutely. So, look, I am showing you all of this. I'm going to wrap up now in a few minutes because I need to get off now. I've got to do a few things. But I'm trying to show you that for too long we've been limited by this negative perception that has been force-fed into us about Africans. But without us, without Africans, there would never have been anything like vaccines. Let me say that again. Without Africans, there would never have been any idea called vaccines today. And what is more, it was an African that was enslaved that taught them what they did to him, what they saw people, how they injected people with the serum from people who are infected to cure normal people. And now it was a magic cure, and that's, there's greatness in us every day. Every day. Please, I would urge you all, subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. We need to continue. We need to share information to speak truth to power. It's really important. Listen, I thank you all for joining me. I hope you've learned something new today. I'm stopping that. You can watch the video. It's on BV channel, and I'll share the rest. I can put the link up later on. But listen, I'm going to put a stop to it here. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you've learned something from today's broadcast. And above all else, it is time. Well, now Yorubas and Igbos, we are working together to get Oduduwa Nation and Biafra Nation, and maybe the Middle Belt as well. And the Arewa can go and get their own. We can no longer. Yes, no Africa, no, exactly. Without Africa, there's no world. Exactly. So these are things. Right now, our focus remains. We are going for Oduduwa Nation. We are going for Biafra Nation, and nothing can stop us. And please tell everybody, there is simply more of us combined, Yorubas and Igbos, than there is the Fulanis. They know that, but we are not aware of that. Share that fact. When we stand together in our numbers, they are not even 10 million. That's why they are asking for people to come from other countries to come and help. Because they know that they cannot, if we stand together, the game is over. They know that game is over. So we need to mobilize, protect our communities. Listen, thank you very much, and I will talk to you all. It's been a pleasure. I'm sorry about the camera going off, but we will put a stop to the broadcast at this point. Thank you very much, and have a pleasant afternoon, and talk soon. Bye for now.